to PERIDOT TV. How are you doing? The story I'm about to share with you is a very sad one, particularly if you're a mother. If you're a mother and also a human. It has to do with a young girl. She's 4 years old, and this happened in the western part of Nigeria, and this happened in a church. Most of the time we oftentimes talk about some of these randy pastors and some of these prophetic churches, deliverance churches. A lot of things happen in these churches. Even Roman Catholic too, they talk about driving out demons out of people, and a lot of things happen too, although they might decide to keep their own quiet. But we know that when it comes to deliverance, we know that the prophetic gospel churches, Pentecostal churches, they are on the forefront of this. The leadership of the Nigerian Association of Women Journalists, NWOJ, Ondo State Council, has waded into the case of a 4-year-old girl that was beaten to death in Ondo State during alleged deliverance from evil spirits. The 4-year-old girl who was beaten to death on Wednesday in Akure, the Ondo State capital, has been identified as testimony Toke Babalola. Just imagine, she's supposed to be a testimony, but unfortunately, there is no testimony in this. It's a sad testimony, evil testimony. It was gathered that before the gruesome murder of late testimony, she had been subjected to constant torture in the hands of her parents, particularly her father, in a bid to cast out an evil spirit from her. Now, I'm not saying evil spirits do not exist, but it seems a lot of people still live in this stone age, very dark, evil age. Probably this young girl is suffering from mental illness, or probably this young girl needs some other medical attention. Like I said before, I'm not saying these things do not exist. There are things that are beyond normal. Oftentimes, when people do not understand things, they tend to point out some evil spirits, some demons out there. But I know there are a lot of things for that will still come out to light for human beings to actually get to know these things and become familiar. The parish priest of Mary Queen of Angels Catholic Church, Akure, Reverend Father Matthew Ologun, who disclosed this on Friday to the leadership of the Nigerian Association of Women Journalists, NAWOJ, Ondo State, revealed that the girl's mother is a member of the Catholic faith. If you're just joining in and you've not tapped on that subscription button, kindly tap on it. It's free, and very important, the red notification icon bell, so that you will be notified whenever new videos are uploaded. It was reported on Thursday, last week Thursday, by Daily Post, how testimony was rushed by a woman suspected to be a mother to the Akure annex of the Ondo State University of Medical Science Teaching Hospital, UNIMED. The woman escaped with the corpse of this girl after she was declared dead on arrival at DOA by medical personnel on duty. Probably you've seen the picture of this young girl laying on a stretcher with vomit coming out of her mouth. Probably you've heard the story. The young girl that you saw is actually testimony Toke Babalola. While stating that the little girl had serially gone through abuse, Reverend Father Ologun said that the church had 2 months ago got hint of the ill treatment meted out to the late testimony through the church children caregiver, who noticed so many scars all over her body. The Reverend Father also revealed that upon investigation by the church, the father of the girl, identified as Felix Babalola, who attends a white garment church, Cherubim and Seraphim. White garment churches, Cherubim and Seraphim, within Nao area along Oba Adeshida Road in Akure, owned up to have inflicted injuries on the girl, which he claimed was done in line with his church, Cherubim and Seraphim deliverance style. Back in those days, we do see some kind of funny deliverance in some of these churches. I don't know if God called them, or they called themselves, or they are just possessed with demons themselves. It's so crude. You see them actually flogging some of these children in the hope to cast out demons. I don't know how you inflict physical injuries on the body of a human in the hope to cast out demons out of them. It's so crude. I don't know why churches are not. In fact, the government itself is not in order. Not to talk of the church, the government having a kind of body that will that will govern churches. What is this? Corroborating Reverend Father Ologun's position, the head of the children's department of the Catholic Church, who craved anonymity, explained that she observed the girl's predicament in June during the church Children's Day anniversary. According to her, Upon calling the attention of the girl's mother to the startling discovery, she argued that the injuries were due to the punishment she used to get from her father for being stubborn, adding that they were trying to instill in her moral lessons. And this is also a crime. Yeah, it's a crime. However, unknown to the church, the beating and torture of late testimony continued until she was rushed to the hospital dead. Meanwhile, following the death of testimony, when contacted on the telephone, the girl's father told the Catholic priest that his church, Cherubim and Seraphim, told him that his daughter is possessed and needs deliverance. Hence, the constant beating. Now, probably a white garment person abroad, UK, Canada, America, or somewhere there in Europe, wherever, Australia, Africa, China, probably a member of white garment. Is this how it is done? Let us meet at the comment section below. Have you experienced this when you were growing up? Be truthful. Be truthful. Let us be truthful to ourselves. Do you have cousins? Is your father one of the top leaders of this church? Is the mode of deliverance beating, flogging, and all of these crude things? I'm using the word crude because it's strange, and to me it's an evil thing. Probably to you it's nothing. You feel like, why can't I beat the flesh of this possessed child so that the demon can actually fly away? I don't know if demons actually feel pain. Well, he was said to have also claimed that the girl was over pampered by her grandmother, who she had been residing with in Ikare Akoko, in Akoko North East local government area of the state, since she was 9 months old before she came to live with them recently in Akure. Now, I don't know how I can actually relate with this. How can pampering a child, yes, there is a possibility of pampering a child, the child becomes stubborn, they become so stubborn, they do what they like, and it's like, it's a problem to you. You just don't know how to talk to them because they are just something else. It is possible. They are beyond talk. They are beyond correction. A little child. But come to think of it, how does that amount to being possessed with demons? If she's possessed with demons, do you think the way forward is to beat the child to death? In fact, how do you even correct a child, beat the child to death? What have you corrected? It shows that you have an underlying problems yourself. You have mental issues. That is what it is. Because this family, they've not been able to get anything out of this than prison. I hope they are caught anyway. This is so sad. And that's the explanation of the father, that the child is possessed, that the child has been over pampered by her grandmother. And that's the reason why one white garment prophet, and these people are everywhere. In fact, right now, some of them are not putting on the white garment clothes any longer. They are actually putting on shirt and trouser. Because they realize probably that a lot of people do not want to come associate themselves publicly with white garment any longer. They actually want the very touche shirt and trouser designer top and all of that. Why? Because of the things that people have attributed to white garment being a church, a spiritual church, a church where they feel that they feel that the ways things are done in white garment does not look like the new generation churches. And you see some of them, they go to these new generation churches, remove the white garment cloth, and they become prophets and pastors. Maybe they don't flog people, but maybe subtly they introduce some of this, white garment packages. So, what's your take about this? Have you experienced this before? Has any of this white garment prophet told you that your child is a witch, your child is a, all these familiar spirits, stuff like that? And what did you do? Share your experience. Let us know what you did. The effort of Reverend Father, who had been monitoring the movement of the father of the girl since the news broke, in order to hand him over to the police, proved abortive as he absconded after being trailed to Bini Garage in Akure. Probably wants to run over to the eastern part of Nigeria. He's running to Bini. Probably is a Bini man, I don't know. The mother was said to have absconded to Ikare. So mother absconded to her own village, father back to Bini, where he's from. This is so sad. So what's your take about this? This excesses, evil of some churches. Is it a church that they don't put on uniform? Is it churches that put on uniform? What has been your experience like? What do you think? What do you think you should do as a person if a pastor, a prophet, or someone says your child is possessed? Let's say you even realize that your child acts funny. There are some children, when we're young, we do see children that talk to themselves. And it's strange. If an adult is talking to themselves, you might think probably adult has some issues and they are dealing with some things and probably they have some mental issues. Or do you think children too, 4-year-old, talk to themselves? Do you think they have mental issues that people need to look into too? Or you think they are possessed? When we were young, that was the story. Like, it seems this young child is possessed. Like, you see strange characters that some of these children exhibit. They talk to themselves like they are speaking to some strange beings around them. And you're like, who are you talking to? You say, I'm playing with my friend. Now, some of these children may not be possessed. I'm not saying some of them may not be, may be possessed. Some of them may not be possessed. Probably the cartoon they watch. So that's why we need to be careful. Cartoons, you as a parent, you have to look at it. You have to actually study the cartoon, the characters. Look at the depth. Google, do a search. What is this cartoon that this child is watching? What is it about? What is the basis of this cartoon? Primarily, most of these foreign Western cartoons, a lot of people don't know, because why? You believe the one from your continent. Probably you're from India listening to this. Probably from China listening to this. Someone told you that your demigods are demons, but somehow you embrace the Western culture, thinking that is Jesus Christ. That's a picture of Jesus Christ. You embrace it, not understanding that some of these cartoons that you watch, some of them are still some demigods that they know and that you know, but they just change the name. For example, you hear the word Thor, Thor. You don't know what that is. Thor is still the same god of, is it god of lightning or god of thunder or whatever, that is worshipped in some continents all over there. But you watch it, you allow your kids to watch that, but you don't allow your child to watch a cartoon or a movie where there is a god of thunder or god of Ogun or whatever of these things. But you allow your kids to watch Thor, and it's still the same thing. So some of these children, maybe they just look at these cartoon characters and they feel like, oh, this is my friend, and they begin to talk to that cartoon character when playing, and you say it's just a child. So there are a lot of things to look into. I think there is a department that are actually involved in what they call child psychology. So whatever it is, let us meet at the comment section below. What has been your experience? Let us meet. As a mother, what do you think about this? As a father, as a young man, young woman, young lady, listen out there. What's your take about this? Are you a concerned person? Are you in the medical practice? Are you a medical practitioner? Let's meet at the comment section below. And while you're there, may I remind you once again to tap on that subscription button if you have not done so. And also the red notification icon bell is very important so that you'll be notified whenever new videos are uploaded. Thanks for stopping by.